Good morning, everyone. As you look out your window today, you might notice the world looks a little different. A fresh blanket of snow, icy rooftops, and a chill in the air that signals winter has truly arrived. A major winter storm is sweeping across the U.S. this Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, bringing a powerful mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain from the Midwest all the way to the Northeast. This system is one of the most significant early-season storms we've seen in recent years, and it's impacting millions of people across several states. Millions are waking up to a transformed landscape, with widespread advisories and warnings in effect. Schools are closing, commutes are delayed, and local officials are urging everyone to take extra precautions as they head out the door. The storm stretches from the Ohio Valley to northern New England, drawing in cold air and moisture for a classic winter setup. This broad swath of wintry weather is creating hazardous travel conditions, with snow piling up quickly in some areas and roads turning slick and dangerous. Inland areas face heavy snow and ice, making travel treacherous and increasing the risk of power outages. Meanwhile, cities along the I-95 corridor, like D.C., Philadelphia, and New York, are seeing mostly cold rain, but even here, the threat of icy patches and sudden changes in precipitation type keeps everyone on alert. The sharp dividing line between snow and rain is just a few dozen miles wide, making forecasting especially challenging. A slight shift in temperature or wind direction could mean the difference between a slushy mess and a foot of snow, so meteorologists are watching this boundary very closely. As the storm moves east, the heaviest snow will shift toward northern New York and New England, where some spots could see a foot or more. Rural communities and mountain towns are bracing for whiteout conditions, while plows and salt trucks work around the clock to keep roads passable. It's a day to stay cautious, keep informed, and prioritize safety as winter makes a dramatic entrance. Whether you're heading to work, school, or just stepping outside for a moment, be mindful of slippery sidewalks, reduced visibility, and changing weather conditions. Emergency crews are on standby, utility workers are preparing for possible outages, and families are stocking up on essentials to ride out the storm. It's a community effort to stay safe and weather this event together. Mother Nature is in charge. Let's be prepared for whatever she brings. Stay tuned for updates, check on your neighbors, and remember, safety comes first as we face this powerful start to the winter season. When you look out your window on a winter day, have you ever wondered exactly what's falling from the sky? Is it snow, sleet, freezing rain, or just plain old rain? Let's break down the science behind these different types of winter precipitation so you'll know what to expect the next time the forecast calls for a wintry mix. Snow is the classic winter weather most of us imagine. Soft, white flakes drifting gently to the ground. Snow forms when the air from the clouds all the way down to the ground stays below freezing, allowing those delicate snowflakes to reach us intact. Each snowflake is unique, and their intricate shapes are preserved because they never melt on their journey to Earth. This is why, during a true snowstorm, you'll see fluffy piles building up on rooftops, trees, and roads. Sleet, on the other hand, is a bit more complicated. It actually starts as snow high up in the clouds, but as it falls, it passes through a layer of warmer air that melts it into a raindrop. Then, before it hits the ground, it travels through another cold layer and refreezes into tiny ice pellets. These pellets bounce when they land, almost like little icy ball bearings, and can quickly coat roads and sidewalks with a slippery, crunchy layer. Freezing rain is the most dangerous type of winter precipitation. Like sleet, it starts as snow and melts into rain as it falls through a warm layer. But instead of refreezing in the air, the raindrops stay liquid until they hit cold surfaces on the ground, like roads, trees, or power lines, where they instantly freeze into a smooth, glassy glaze of ice. This can lead to power outages, tree damage, and extremely hazardous travel conditions. Plain rain happens when the air is warm all the way from the clouds to the ground. In this case, any snowflakes that form high up melt completely and stay liquid, falling as rain. Even in winter, rain can be heavy and persistent, soaking everything it touches. The reason you might see snow just a few miles inland while the coast gets only rain is due to a sharp temperature gradient. This boundary between cold and warm air can be very narrow, so one town might be buried in snow while another just down the road is dealing with rain and slush. Weather maps often show this dramatic line, and it can shift quickly as temperatures change. Understanding these differences is key to knowing your local risks. Snow can make roads slippery and reduce visibility, making travel slow and sometimes dangerous. It's important to drive carefully and give yourself extra time when snow is in the forecast. Sleet and especially freezing rain can turn travel into a nightmare, creating sheets of ice that are nearly impossible to see and even harder to walk or drive on. Even a thin layer of ice can cause cars to slide and people to fall, so it's best to avoid travel if freezing rain is expected. Rain may seem less threatening, but it can still cause problems, flooding streets, reducing visibility, and making it hard for drivers to see hazards ahead. In winter, rain can also freeze overnight, creating black ice that's nearly invisible but extremely dangerous. That's why it's always smart to check your local forecast before heading out. Weather apps and TV forecasts can tell you not just what's falling from the sky, but also how conditions might change throughout the day. Stay alert. Winter weather can change in an instant, and being prepared can help keep you safe no matter what's falling from the sky. As Monday night settled in, the storm flexed its muscles, unleashing a powerful and relentless wave of winter weather across the region. The darkness was punctuated by swirling clouds and the distant rumble of wind, as meteorologists tracked the system's steady march on radar screens. For many, it was a night of anticipation and preparation, with the threat of ice and snow looming large. By the early hours, rain had transformed into heavy, wet snow in cities like Louisville and Cincinnati. Streets that had been merely damp quickly became blanketed in white, and the morning commute turned treacherous. Drivers navigated slick, slushy roads, headlights cutting through the swirling flakes as plows struggled to keep up with the relentless accumulation. The city's usual bustle was muted, replaced by the muffled quiet that only a fresh snowfall can bring. Further south, the situation was even more precarious. A dangerous mix of sleet and freezing rain glazed roads, sidewalks, and trees in Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, and into the Appalachian Highlands. Vehicles were quickly coated in a stubborn layer of ice, and tree branches sagged under the weight, threatening power lines and making travel nearly impossible in some areas. Emergency crews braced for a long night of calls. By dawn, the storm's shield had reached the northeast. Freezing rain slicked roads in Virginia, while steady snow blanketed Ohio, West Virginia, and western Pennsylvania. Neighborhoods awoke to a world transformed, with snow-covered rooftops and icy trees glistening in the pale morning light. For many, it was a morning of shoveling and scraping as the region braced for another day of winter's challenges. Most of Pennsylvania and upstate New York woke to a true winter wonderland, with small towns and forests blanketed in deep snow. Yet, just a short drive away, the I-95 corridor remained just warm enough for rain, creating a sharp contrast between the snowy interior and the wet, slushy cities along the coast. The difference was dramatic, and it all depended on just a few degrees of temperature. Higher elevations like the Poconos and Catskills saw the steadiest, heaviest snow. Mountain roads became difficult to traverse, with cars inching along through drifts and plows working overtime. The scenery was breathtaking, snow-laden trees and rolling hills, but for travelers and residents, it was a challenging start to the day, demanding patience and caution. Even Boston, which began the morning with rain, was on the verge of a dramatic change. As colder air wrapped in from the north and west, the rain threatened to turn to snow, setting the stage for a slippery and unpredictable day ahead. Residents watched the skies, waiting for the first flakes to fall. The storm's complexity was on full display: snow, ice, and rain, all within a few dozen miles. It was a vivid reminder of how quickly conditions can change, and how winter's grip can tighten in the span of a single night, leaving a patchwork of weather and a region bracing for what comes next. By Tuesday afternoon, New England is in the storm's bullseye. Cold air is turning rain to heavy, wet snow across Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, with conditions worsening by the hour. The rain-snow line is pushing toward the coast, and cities like Worcester are seeing rapid accumulation. Higher elevations, the Berkshires, Green and White Mountains, are facing blizzard-like conditions with gusty winds. This heart-attack snow is heavy and wet, clinging to trees and power lines, raising the risk of outages. Utility crews are on alert as winds over 30 mph combine with the weight of snow. The storm will exit into Canada by evening, but cleanup and travel headaches will linger into Wednesday. New Englanders face a tough aftermath even after the last flake falls. Let's talk numbers. Snow and ice totals vary widely. Ohio Valley cities like Columbus and Cleveland saw 3 to 4 inches. Kentucky got 2 to 3 inches, plus a glaze of ice in spots. the mid-Atlantic mountains face dangerous freezing rain, with some areas in North Carolina seeing over 1/10 of an inch of ice. West Virginia and western Maryland picked up 2 to 4 inches of snow. Pennsylvania is a big winner. Pittsburgh, State College, and Harrisburg all saw 4 or 5 inches. In New York, Albany leads with 7 inches, while Buffalo and Binghamton get 4 or 5. Massachusetts totals jump inland. Boston gets an inch, Worcester 4, and the Berkshires over 6. Vermont, New Hampshire, and interior Maine are the jackpot zones, with up to 10 inches in places like Brattleboro and Concord. Central and southern Maine could see 7 inches or more. It's a classic nor'easter for the interior Northeast, one to remember. For millions along the coast, this storm is all about cold rain. A sharp rain-snow line keeps cities like D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, and New York on the wet side, with just a few degrees making all the difference. Instead of snowplows, it's umbrellas and puddles. Rain is steady, but less disruptive than snow or ice. New York City and Boston started with rain, while suburbs just inland measured snow in inches. The Atlantic's warmth keeps coastal temps above freezing, sparing these cities from a snowstorm. A small shift in the storm's track could have changed everything, but for now the coast is spared the worst. It's a classic coastal storm scenario: rain for the big cities, snow just a few miles away. This storm brings real dangers, especially on the roads. Snow, sleet, and freezing rain create treacherous driving, with black ice and poor visibility making travel risky. If you don't have to go out, stay home and let crews clear the roads. Power outages are a major concern, caused by ice-laden branches and heavy wet snow bringing down lines. Losing power in winter can be life-threatening, especially for vulnerable people. Prepare now, have blankets, flashlights, a battery-powered radio, and a perishable food. We stir food. Never use a generator indoors. Carbon monoxide is deadly. Check on elderly neighbors and family. Safety first. Don't take chances with winter storms. Even as this storm winds down, another could arrive late this week. Forecast models disagree. The European model hints at snow from Texas to the Carolinas, while the American model favors more rain. The key will be a high-pressure system over the Northeast. If it's strong, cold air could set the stage for more snow or ice. Areas like Dallas, Nashville, and Raleigh could see wintry weather Thursday through Saturday. There's a growing chance of impactful freezing rain from North Carolina up to D.C. Model uncertainty is high, but we'll be watching closely as the week unfolds. Stay tuned for updates. Details will become clearer soon. Winter isn't done yet. Looking ahead, the next 2 weeks look cold and active for the eastern U.S. A persistent trough will keep temperatures below average, with some areas facing record cold. The west stays warmer, creating a sharp contrast across the country. Fast-moving Alberta clippers will bring bursts of snow and reinforce the chill. There's even a chance for a major storm if northern and southern jet streams phase around mid-December. Stay informed and keep your emergency kit ready. Winter is just getting started, but check local forecasts daily as details evolve. With preparation and awareness, we'll get through this active December together.